purpose of this briefing this morning is so that we can explain a few things, and if you have questions, we can answer them. There's been a very concerted effort in terms of connecting customers, and we believe that this customer connectivity will drive the growth or the demand for electricity, and therefore the growth, and which prepares us then in terms of looking at the projects that we need to put in. In terms of the market situation, this is how the installed capacity is like for KenGen. 820 has been hydro, and it's been like that for a long time because we've not put up any hydro plant since the last small one we put up in 2011, Samoro. Geothermal stands at 531, diesel and gas at 253, giving the KenGen installed capacity at 1,630 megawatts. And on the right, you can see that our contribution in terms of the megawatts installed is just close to 70%, and the IPPs at about 31%. We decommissioned some plants in Garissa and Lamu. Now, as you may be aware, Garissa and Lamu for a very long time were not connected to the grid. They ran on a diesel plant fired by automotive gas oil. And so it was a joy for that part of the country and for us all to be able to connect these two plants to the grid, so that they're now having very steady supply.
We have to be dynamic in our decisions. So last year we didn't pay dividends because we looked at the pipeline of projects that we have. And also we have to look at the mix of our shareholders. With PIC coming in, most of our investors will actually be institutional investors. And these are investors are looking at long term. We still have about 10% retail investors. So we have to be sensitive to both the institutional investor who is looking at long-term investment and the retail investor who wants short-term returns in form of dividends and so on.
You will remember that in January this year, we visited the Seven Forks with the cabinet secretary and the two principal secretaries, and we took the press and we looked at the dam levels, and we explained clearly that looking at where we are, we have put in place a plan to manage that water so that it takes us completely to the time when the next rains come. And even in my speech here, I made it very clear that we do not have any possibility of rationing power, because the amount of electricity we have, and also the mix, because we have the hydro, we have the geothermal, we do not see a possibility of rationing power. The Energy Act that is now being prepared will open up the space so that power producers can supply electricity directly to large consumers. And I think large consumers definition, I can't remember what the value is, but I think it's above 5 megawatts. Somebody would need more than 5 megawatts. So when that law comes into place, it will mean that if I'm a generator and there is a customer who is nearby and they would want to buy electricity from me, then I can supply them. I don't have to go through the current off-taker who is Kenya Power Lighting Company. That's basically, in a nutshell, that's what it means.